I wrote to Mr. Miliband in September. I write again to protest against this government's imposition of the bedroom tax. In the many previous letters, I have repeated the point that the financial penalty on vulnerable members of society on low incomes is persecution, and that it is also discrimination of people who are under occupying a house allocated to them. I have constantly repeated that as there are no smaller properties for people to move to, that this is victimization and again persecution. I have been following recent news items recently regarding the increasing number of cases that have been brought to court that have been overturned, and yet another recent case in Glenrothes. I've also been following the developments of the involvement of the United Nations, which have condemned the imposition of this motion as breaching human rights. This government's imposition of this issue has changed the terms and conditions of local authority housing letting contracts, many of which apply to current tenants who have not been consulted over this clause. This has changed legal contracts dealing with housing and with welfare. There has been no alternative offered, and none of the people affected have accepted this change in their legal contract. I have repeatedly stated that this government does not have the authority to impose such conditions, and that in doing so they are breaching European legislation. I urge you to challenge the government on the illegality of its actions and demand that they abandon the bedroom tax and put an end to the victimization and persecution that this illegal bill imposes.